All right, Tiffany, let's see what y'all got going on for your boudoir Facebook ads right now. And with a lot of boudoir photographers I've been seeing that, been running Facebook ads a long time, a lot of them are running into, you know, basically their ad performing worse and worse over time. So same ad spend, less results, same ad spend, less booking, same ad spends, less revenue kind of over time. Like just keeps declining. And boudoir photographers that are dealing with this, if they're running their ads their own, they're kind of, feeling desperate. They're like, oh man, another one. I gotta go back to ChatGPT and get it to pump me out a fresh new ad. Um, but then kind of cycle repeats, starting ad and decays and dies. Or if they're using an agency, and they're getting frustrated at their agency because they're like, man, I'm paying these people a ton of money every month, ton of money, and they're just giving me worse and worse results month after month. So I'm paying same money for worse and worse results from these guys. Like, why bother? And so the reason this happens, so this is not normal. There are 10 kind of mistakes, or 10 basically. There are some root causes that no one else is seeing that are causing this, and it's basically this: when an ad starts, if it has bad initial front end metrics and/or back end metrics, the meta ad algorithm, because of those initial bad metrics, sends it to lower converting prospects kind of right in the future. And those people converted in even lower than the first tranche of people. So then the third time meta ad algorithm sends the ad out, it goes to even worse converting people than the first and second tranche, leading to same ad spend, worse results over time, ad burning out, having to refresh creatives. So we're going to go through your ad, see if any of the mistakes happening here are causing that. And with some other Boudoir Facebook ads, I've taken them, tested them, put these 10 mistakes, kind of graded them, and then fixed some of these mistakes, and then retested them and got much better results. It's kind of on average able to 2 to 4x men and women that were engaging with the ad, consuming the ad copy, and that's where the full offer should always be. So again, 2 to 4x more women to consume the ad copy, get exposed to the offer for the same ad spend. And these women are actually more specific, which generally means higher conversion rate. And fixing these mistakes is how we can get our ad to go to better and better and higher converting prospects over time, which means same ad spend, better results over time, aka our ads sustain and scale and last much longer. So we're going to check your ad out right now and see what we got going on. So first, out of the 10 mistakes that I look at is, does it look like an ad? Is this like an organic post someone would post, or does it look like an ad? And I'm really just looking for, is there text on the photo? Talking about an offer, talking about something. No text. So it's good. No mistake here. This looks like an organic post. That's good. So more people when they're scrolling by are going to consume it, choose to consume it. People don't like to choose to consume ads. People don't like to be sold to. So looking like organic post, that's good. Gonna have more people engaging up here, reading what we got, getting exposed to our offer, converting, booking, buying, all that stuff. Better data feeding back into the meta ad algorithm. All right, the next four mistakes can happen up here, the see more headline. It's actually the first 2 3/4 line on Facebook mobile newsfeed. And if you look at your placements percentages, greater than 90% of your impressions will be on Facebook mobile newsfeed. So this is where we start. We want to have 4 specific attributes here. The first one we want to have is a who. Who are we speaking to? We want to have a self-label here. So basically a label where scrolling by, someone reads it and they say, oh my God, that's me. So let's see what you got here. You don't need a reason to celebrate your beauty. Okay, no, we don't have a who. So women are scrolling. They're not seeing any words relevant to them. They keep scrolling by. So we're missing a lot of women here in Dallas. And again, that's feeding bad data into the meta ad algorithm, lower results. which is forcing our eye to go to worse quality prospects over time, who always have a lower chance of converting, which means same ad spend, less results. Kind of down the downward spiral of despair, where we want to go the upward spiral of awesomeness by fixing these mistakes. So, know who that's a mistake? Second, a negative. Second thing we want to have is a negative. What's a negative situation women in Dallas are saying in their brains that they want to move away from, get away from? And our solution, our boudoir photo shoot is that bridge. Is that bridge getting away from the negative situation? And the reason we always lead with the negative, always, 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 always. And that is because humans take an action to move away from a negative, aka move away from a pain, and get back to a neutral state, a normal homeostasis. They take that action like 100x time, like the rate, versus taking action to move from a neutral, normal state to a positive state, some gain, some pleasure, some positive. So humans move away from negatives way higher rate than they move towards positives. And we know that from going to the dentist. So let's say we just finished up our 6-month checkup, teeth cleaning at the dentist, and we're paying at the front desk. We're talking to the secretary ladies, and they're asking us, hey, are you free 179 days from today on Wednesday at 2:15 p.m.? And we're like, dude, I ain't got no, like, I literally have no idea. But contact me closer to then when I know my schedule, and then, I can get you guys in my calendar. So, like, contact us month 3, month 4, month 5. We're ignoring, working on the biz. We got a lot of stuff to do. We like kind of the flow state we're in. We got a locked in schedule. We don't really want to spend our concentration points, thinking of booking the doctor, then going to the doctor. Now we got to move our schedule around. And like the gain, slightly cleaner teeth and peace of mind, knowing we don't have any cavities. Like the gain is just not enough positive for us to just put the dentist in our calendar. It's just not enough. It's not a big enough thing. So month 8 rolls around. Yeah, they text us, auto texter. We ignore it. Month 10, month 12, also ignoring those auto texts. So now I've gone past 2 6-month checkups, teeth cleanings, and we haven't responded to them at all. Again, it's not enough positive. It's not a big enough positive. The positive's not important for us to break our schedule, break our focus, and go to the dentist. But month 13 rolls around. Now, month 13, we wake up one morning, we're eating breakfast, and a ton of pain. The right side, back, bottom of our mouth, whatever those molars are back there. They're just every bite, pain. We're like, oh my, dude, this is killing me. But we go throughout the rest of the morning, get to lunch, and our jaw and our tooth is hurting all morning after breakfast as well. And then we eat lunch, and still, even when we're trying to chew on the left side, for some reason our muscle memory kicks food over to the right side, and more pain. It's like, all right, this is terrible. I gotta solve this. So we're calling up our dentist that same afternoon, and we're like, what? What do you mean you can't get me in tomorrow morning at 6:45 a.m.? My tooth is killing me. I'm in so much pain. I gotta get rid of this. But our dentist is booked out, 2.5 weeks. They say they can get us in then or put us on the cancellation list, and we're like, nah, dude, I gotta get this solved. So we spend the rest of the afternoon calling all the other dentists in the office or in our city. Hey, can you get me in tomorrow? Hey, can you get me in tomorrow? Hey, can you get me in tomorrow? And we finally find one that can get us in. So we go in tomorrow. We didn't sleep at all last night, too much pain. We're going tomorrow. Okay, cavity, deep cavity. Had to get it cleaned. I get it filled. Had to get it hardened, enamel. But after the dentist, back to normal. No pain. We can eat, no pain. Just day-to-day life, no pain. Can sleep fine, no pain. Yes, back to normal. So that situation, literally like 13 months, the positive of slightly cleaner teeth and peace of mind knowing we don't have any cavities. For literally 13 months, was that 400? Literally 400 days, the positive was not enough to get us to take action, to put the dentist on our calendar. But one day with pain was enough to get us to take action to put the dentist on the calendar. And we actually called all the other dentists in the city. So one day versus 400. So in this example, it's literally 400x, higher rate of action taking to move away from a pain and get back to normal compared to going from normal to some slightly more, more positive outcome. So again, humans move away from negative experiences or pains at least 100x the rate that they do towards positives. Getting a positive, again, some pleasure. So that's the reason why we always keep the negative first. And let's see, do you have a negative? Feel powerful, celebrate your beauty. No, we're missing a negative here. So again, women are scrolling and they're not seeing any words relevant to them. So even if boudoir is good for them, they're not feeling it's relevant or specifically for them. So they're scrolling by. So we're losing the good people. We're not really having enough of the good people coming through our ad now. So we're getting less bookings, less quality bookings, fewer peeps, fewer good conversations, fewer bookings. And that data feeds back into the meta ad algorithm. Ad goes to worse and worse quality prospects over time. And, ads, same ad spend, worse results over time. Ad dies out, decays and dies out. Next, we want to have positives in here. So positives was something that women in Dallas are saying that they want, that our boudoir photo shoot is the solution, is the vehicle, is the bridge to get the women across it to what they're saying in their brain that they want. So let's see. Yeah, I do see celebrate your beauty and feel powerful. Okay, so we got two positives there. We would only include these if they tested really good, but you do got some positives in there. So for women that are scrolling by, for women that are scrolling by, they're gonna see, they're gonna quick scan, feel powerful, maybe beauty, they'll say celebrate your beauty. So it causes them to come back up and be like, okay, more specific, I want these things. Let me read what they got. Let me read what they're talking about. And so since we have that, we're calling in more specific people, which means more of the right people read our ad copy, which is where our offer needs to be. They become pre-qualified. People that don't like what we're saying, scroll on by. People that do like what we're saying, click in. More quality conversations, more conversions because more pre-qualified and specific people coming through. Ad then goes to better quality prospects over time. Ad sustains and scales. Better, same ad spend, better results. Business scales. The fourth specific attribute we want to have in the See More headline is a hesitation/roadblock. With the hesitation/roadblock, it's like, what are women in Dallas? What are they saying in their brain? And all this stuff, the data actually tells us the path to take. So we just got to come up with the ideas, test them, and the data will tell us where to go. So what's a hesitation roadblock women are saying that is basically having them not go with some other solution, to get away from the neg and acquire the positive, or having them not go with other boudoir photographers in Dallas to get away from the negative situation and get the positive. So do we have that here? Hesitation/roadblock? No. So we're not being specific. We're missing out the triangle of mental tension, negative, positive, hesitation/roadblock. And because we're missing that, we're calling a less specific prospect. Less of the fewer right people coming through, getting pre-qualified booking. So again, less bookings, less qualified bookings, less sales, feedbacks to meta ad algorithm. Ads go to worse and worse quality prospects over time, which causes same ad spend, lower results over time, ad decay, ad burnout, business plateau, and or decays. All right, the next 3 mistakes can happen in the body copy. That is after the ... see more. So 3 mistakes can happen here. So basically after, we can think of the see more headline as the hook 1. So I click see more. We actually need a hook 2 because we're walloping them with a whole wall of text, a whole bunch of more stuff to read. And because of that, we actually need a hook 2, and we always use an authority hook. So an authority hook of why should they listen to us? Why should they listen to us? Why? Give them a reason to listen to us. Let's see what you got here. Or we're missing this, or gonna have less people feeling like they should listen to us, so less people reading and buying, and the right people who maybe would have bought didn't finish reading the ad copies because they didn't feel a strong enough reason to keep reading. So we didn't give them a strong enough reason to keep reading. And yeah, so fewer quality prospects coming through, fewer quality book calls, fewer conversions, feeds back into the meta ad algorithm. Ads go to worse and worse prospects over time, which means same ad spend, lower results over time. And ads burn out, die out. Refresh creative. All right, next, we want to have a story/narrative in the body copy. Basically, like if we're having a video camera following our women around, describing what they're going through, describing their thoughts, describing what they're thinking, what they're feeling, what they're going through. It's really allowing us to empathize with their situation, so we understand what they're going through. Like I did at the beginning, talk about, boudoir photographers are desperate, seeing why this keeps happening, or thinking it's normal, or they're frustrated at their boudoir Facebook ad agency. Spending tons of money with them every month, same ad spend, lower results month over month. So this story/narrative is the second punch of our 1-2 punch. So our first punch 1, is the see more headline. The who, the negative, the positive, and the hesitation/roadblock is the conversation that our women in Dallas are having in their brain. So like, oh my God, dude, I'm all these things that they're talking about. I gotta click see more and see what else they gotta say. And then when we get the story/narrative right, and it's exactly their current situation, then they're like, oh my God, this is, dude, they're speaking exactly to me. Whatever they're offering, I got to really consider it because no one's ever spoken this specifically to me before. And the more specific we get, the better meta results we get with meta Facebook ads, boudoir Facebook ads. So we're missing this second punch of the 1-2 punch. No story/narrative. So people are going to feel our solution is less specifically for them. And by the way, we need to have this 1-2 punch. It's the only way to be seen as a market of one, aka the only option in a city like Dallas with a ton of boudoir photographers. And the neat thing is we can do this for tons of different avatars. Testing the data will tell us all these different types of women that our solution is perfect for. So yeah, less the right women coming through, worse, low ad results, back-end meta ad scores. Our ads go to worse and worse prospects over time, and same ad spend, lower results over time. All right, third and final thing we need to have in the ad copy is our full offer, and that's because the purpose of an ad is to expose as many people to the offer as possible. And you got this here, okay. All right. So we got Lux Studio vibes, professional guidance and styling. Nice. Gorgeous studio stats. Access for, yeah, okay, yep, nice. bridal birthday just because, oh, now you're speaking to 3 different avatars. We only want to be speaking to one person in an ad, but all right, the offer. Good, you got the offer here. Great. No experience needed, just bring in. Awesome. Okay, so good. We got an offer, having people read through. They're getting pre-qualified. Is this for them or is it not? If it's not, they're scrolling by. Perfect. We don't want people clicking that or not. That is not for them, which we'll talk about more in a little bit. So people that are coming through they know what we're offering, they want it, they want to talk more, they're interested, and this gives us better quality people coming through, better quality calls, higher conversion rates, feeding better data back into the meta ad algorithm. Ad starts going to higher quality prospects over time, which means same ad spend, higher ROAS, higher revenue, higher sales for the same ad spend. Ad sustains and scales, scale the business. All right, final 2 mistakes can happen below the ad right here, below the ad. So mistake number 9, below creative headline, button, and description. Always a mistake to have these, always, always, always. 3 reasons. 3 reasons for mistake number 9. Reason number 1 is 5% of mistake number 9, and it is because ties in with mistake number 1. Makes it look more like an ad. There are no organic posts that got below creative headline, description text, or button below it. Makes it look more like an ad. Higher chance people scroll by without even consuming what we're saying. Second reason for mistake number 9. When women are scrolling and they're reading this, their subconscious only registers like a quarter of the words, kind of picks them out fast, and it doesn't register them actually until the women get to about here. But now once they're here, what are they looking at? They're looking at these words. And the problem is if these words do not match exactly the words their subconscious just surfaced from up here, it triggers the error detection network in the brain, which signals error, incongruent, confusion, keep scrolling. And they don't come back up to read what we got, to click to see more, to read our ad copy, to see our offer. And even if we do get the exact text here, it makes it look more like an ad. So it's always, always, always negative to have text here. Now, reason number 3 for mistake number 9 is 80% of the reason for mistake number 9, and that is it enables women, it gives women something to click on to go to the next page of our ad before they click see more and read and consume our full body copy to become pre-qualified. So it skips the pre-qualification stage. And here's why that's a problem. The meta ad algorithm, when it optimizes who to send the ads to next, it's looking, 2 of the places it's looking for data or input is pool 1, who has converted over this ad so far, and then it's looking at the data points on those meta profiles and projecting, who has similar data points out in Dallas that could also convert. The second pool it pulls from, the much larger pool, is just everyone who clicked on the ad to go to the next page because the ad was good and relevant enough for those people to click and go to the next page. But if they all came clicking at the bottom, clicking the button, nobody's qualified. So we're just plugging in this whole big pool of ad clickers into the meta ad algorithm that are unqualified people. So we're telling meta ad algorithm, go find more unqualified people with these unqualified data points on their meta profile and send our ad to more unqualified people, which results in what? Worse conversion over time, feeding back into the meta ad algorithm. Our ads go to worse prospects over time, which equals same ad spend, lower results over time. Kind of the downward despair of death, downward spiral of despair. Ad burns out, refresh creative. Okay, mistake 10. Don't know if you're making this mistake, but mistake 10 is always using, so it's always a mistake to use the leads objective. It's the most common objective I see boudoir photographers using. Here's why it's a mistake. The leads objective When you choose an objective, Meta goes and basically chooses like a 6% slice of the market in our city, in Dallas. And they choose it basically, they see like, dude, who's the 95% plus percentile of meta profiles in this city, the gender and age range, that has the highest probability to fill out a lead form. That's why lead objectives is always the wrong one, because our ads are going to what? Form filler outers. Okay. But we're not optimizing for form filler outers who answer our calls, texts, or emails. We're not optimizing for form filler outers who book a call, show up to the call. And we're certainly not optimizing for form filler outers who fill out a form and then buy. So we're not optimizing for any of them. So what are we doing? We're going to sprinkle the assortment of, a few people do the actions after, but like 90% people just fill out the lead form. Is your conversion rate from your lead forms less than 10%? Okay, that's why. That is exactly why. Because we're barely going to any buyers and we care about the buyers. We're barely going to, yes, will be a few people that come through the lead form that buy. Because like you hit enough profiles, someone's eventually going to have some buyer data on it. But why not just optimize for the buyer data with a correct objective at first? Why not just do that at first, right? Just go to buyers at first. So we optimize for buyers, people that buy, fill out the form and buy. Honestly, we don't even care if they fill out the form. Hop on the phone and buy, book the call, then buy. Whatever, we don't care about the intermediate action. We're telling Meta, go find the people that buy buyer data on the profiles. So that's why it's mistake number 10. And all right, so we're going to score you now and compare you to all the other boudoir photographers I have scored and reviewed recently. So, mistake 1, nope. We have a who, no, that's a mistake. Do we have a negative? No, that's a mistake. Do we have a positive? Yes. Okay, do we have a hesitation / roadblock? No, that's a mistake. Next, body copy. Authority? No. Story / narrative? No. Offer? Yes. Okay, that's good. Below creative headline and button? Mistake to have those, so that's a mistake. And objective, half a mistake. I don't know if you're using the right objective or not. All right, so 6.5 out of 10 mistakes, and the average for the boudoir industry is 7.5 out of 10 mistakes. So yeah, good job doing better than average. So probably out competing some women out there in Dallas. And all right, I consider any boudoir Facebook ad that has more than 2 out of 10 mistakes to be a boudoir Facebook ad that is breaking down. It's getting worse and worse results over time because the ad's going to worse and worse quality prospects over time because of all the mistakes I talked about in this video. Now, if a car is breaking down and performing worse and worse over time, where do we bring the car? We bring it to a car mechanic. Similarly, if our boudoir Facebook ad is breaking down, performing worse and worse over time, where do we bring our boudoir Facebook ad? To a boudoir Facebook ad mechanic. So yes, I do have a boudoir Facebook ad mechanic offer for you today. And I solve the root cause problems with the ads that are causing them to burn out, get worse and worse results over time, and have a better chance at scaling and sustaining. And I smushed those 10 mistakes into 5 root cause problems. So, I'll give you a diagnosis right now. So first root cause problem, does it look like an ad? Nope, you don't have that. Second root cause problem, we got to have an official See More headline, which needs 4 out of 4 specific attributes. You got 1 out of 4. So yes, root cause problem number 1, need a official, better See More headline. Potential root cause problem number 2 is body copy. We need 3 out of 3 sections. We've got 1 out of 3 here. So yes, root cause problem number 2 is the body copy. Root cause problem number 3, having stuff below the add creative, BCH below creative headline and description and button. So that's root cause problem number 3. And then objective, I don't know if this is a root cause problem for you. So I'll give you half this root cause problem. So we got 3.5 out of 5 root cause problems that are causing all these symptoms that we've been talking about. And I've got 2 options for you to get this solved, if you want to get it solved. Option 1, I charge $50 per root cause problem that I solve for one ad. So this would be, well, you could choose from 1 to 3.5. So the max you would pay for this one ad would be $175. But you could, take these fixes, go to all your other ads. So that's option 1. Option 2 is a much better value where I'll work on all your ads, fix all the mistakes in all your ads that you want, create as many ads as you want. We can test, pull out the right messaging using my Boudoir ads messaging method. To be more specific, for the women in Dallas, outcompete all the other boudoir photographers. And that's $100 a month. You collab with me as much or as little as you want. I do everything for us. And we get, dude, our ads will be way, way, way better than like 90%, 99% of all the competitors. Easily. And yeah, that's it. So those are the 2 options. You got my phone number. You got my email. Also, whatever social platform you're watching this on, you can DM me on that social platform. So yeah, if you wanna talk more, hit me up. And when you do, I'm gonna ask you what you got for me, and then we will go from there. All right, that's everything. Adios.